Yo, what's up? I'm the chess guy and welcome to the video. I'm going to show and explain to you one of my viewer games in which I was able to create a strong square and place a knight there. If you haven't seen my previous video on strong squares, I recommend you watch this too. Link is in the top of the screen right now. It explains everything you need to know about strong squares. In this game, once I was able to control the strong square and maintain the knight, all I had to do was come up with the right plan, which wasn't that hard since the knight was outposted on e4. It was looking at squares around the enemy king, so I decided to launch a very strong attack, which according to Stockfish was already decisive after pawn to h4. This is a game from my live streams on Twitch, link to that in the description. If you want to catch these games live, I would appreciate a follow. Alright, let's have a look at how this game unfolds. Oh, and sorry for the mic quality during the game. We now created a very nice outpost for our knight on e4. This is a strong square, because the pawn on f3 can't really chase it away since we'll take. So this means this knight is pretty secure on e4. I think what we want to do in this position is maybe just open up the position with h4. So our knight is going to be shining even brighter here in the center, looking towards the king side. But we can also consider getting our king onto safety first, which I think is a good idea to get your king into safety. c3 was played, let's castle queenside, and now we're ready for the h-pawn push. Do we need to worry about b5? Maybe. But I think we're first h5 and then h4. White should probably play b5 here, trying to get some play. There's also ideas of knight g5 maybe. Okay, this doesn't really add to the attack, so let's keep pushing our h-pawn. Okay, now there's only one thing that's left to do, which is to bring our queen to the h-file and we win. Or what we can also do is take with the rook. And now all we need to do is play queen h2 and we're winning here. So we don't actually need the knight necessarily to get the attack. But the knight is doing a great job here. Pawn to f3. So we want to maintain the knight. So we're going to just take that off the board. And let's see how to win here. We can go rook g8, rook h8, queen h3. But let's just completely put everything on h2, and I don't think you can defend that. There's no rook f2 thanks to this knight being on e4. So it's pretty hard to see how you can actually defend the h2 pawn now, and it just might be impossible. So it looks like this is pretty lost. So white tries a4, which doesn't really stop me from taking on h7, h2, so that's what we'll do. And next should be queen h3, and queen g3 looks to be like a checkmate. Pawn h5, white's attack is way behind. Can we actually find a forcing way to give a checkmate here? But let's just not do that. Let's just go queen h3, and there is a lot of unstoppable threats now. So this is a GG's. This knight was very important into making sure that the king, for example, can't escape, controls these two squares. It was putting pressure on this bishop and pawn. It was supported by this knight, so if white wanted to trade it off, the other knight would just jump in. And yeah, this is just a very strong piece. And that in combination with the h-file, and the attack was just too strong. So yeah, GG's. We'll quickly check with the computer afterwards. But this was a very sweet, nice example of why a outpost or a strong square can be very useful. Rook takes d2 as well. Okay, let's just finish it off with a check. And bishop g2, and we'll finish off in style with rook h1, checkmate. But basically what I did here was a little bit provocative, because g5 is not a good move. But the reason I played it is so I get g4, after which the knight on e4 will not be able to be pushed away with this f3 pawn, since we can take this. So basically we have a strong square now, and the plan becomes very simple. Push the h-pawn, castle queenside, and attack. White should have probably also full force went for the attack, but the other moves were a bit too slow, and Yeah, the play was very consistent here for black, and it's just lost after h4. So the critical moment was after g5 here. Like g4 is a positional threat because it makes sure that the e4 square is going to be strong. So in order to meet that threat, you want to go knight d2 apparently, and knight f6, you get f3, and you make sure that the knight on e4 cannot be maintained by black. For example, if takes, and you want to go g4 now, you've invested a whole pawn into getting this square, and on top of that, there might be bishop f3 if white absolutely needs to, and they can still eliminate the knight, since there's no backup knight to trade. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.